Week 2 of the NFL kicks off with an AFC West showdown as the Chargers head to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. One of the biggest questions coming into the season was how the Kansas City Chiefs offense would look without Tyreek Hill. Turns out they appear to be just as explosive as ever as Patrick Mahomes put on a show in Glendale, tossing 5 touchdowns and spreading the ball around to his playmakers.
To me, he's pretty good all the time. I mean, we're lucky to have him. The city of Kansas City is lucky to have him. The National Football League is lucky to have him.
On the other side, the Chargers also got on the win column, avenging a Week 18 defeat to the Raiders, which ended their season in January behind an impressive effort from new addition Khalil Mack, who tormented his old team, racking up 3 sacks.
This is how he is every single game. 3 sacks, there every play, Khalil Mack.
We'll be ready to go. I mean, it's going to be the home opener at Arrowhead, so it's always important to win that one. Against the Chargers, who are going to be someone that's going to be in the playoff picture and someone that's going to be battling for the AFC West championship.
Can Mahomes move to a sterling 13-2 career record in September, or will the new-look Chargers defense be up for a challenge? We're in for a good one in Arrowhead. And to get us hyped up for tonight's game, let's welcome in our Super Bowl champ and NFL analyst, Ryan Harris. So, Ryan, let's focus on Justin Herbert. He's 2-0 with a 70% completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions in this building. However, he's not going to have one of his favorite weapons in Keenan Allen out with this one with a hamstring injury. What are the chances, though, you think, that Herbert's going to ball out and maybe continue this nice streak?
Well, he's got a chance, and it all depends on whether or not they can run the football. You have Austin Eckler there, who said after last week there's a lot more in the run game. But the thing about Justin Herbert throwing 7 touchdowns on the road, that's a hostile environment at Arrowhead. You know, he has no fear. And so if you're the secondary for the Chiefs, you have to have your head on a swivel and expect the footballs coming your way each and every down. It's going to be interesting, though. Can Justin Herbert find another receiver that can get the job done? But make no mistake, the Chiefs' defense is real. They had a great game last week, so he's going to have his work cut out for him, especially without Keenan Allen.
Fantasy managers are excited for Mike Williams and Josh Palmer. Also, Gerald Everett, of course, had a nice output against the Raiders. And again, Justin Herbert will look to continue that on a short week. We saw there in that hype piece there, Khalil Mack, and I'm sure if you're Patrick Mahomes, man, I thought he left when he was with the Raiders and gone out of my sight. He's now there playing once again. Give me the lowdown on the Khalil Mack Orlando Brown Jr. matchup for tonight.
Well, this is a huge matchup that has huge financial implications as well. Now, Khalil Mack's coming off his 3-sack performance last week, and he said he was disappointed. Could you imagine that? That's unbelievable. I mean, he was coming off of the edge. He turned into his power rush that he's used in the past, lowering his leverage. I mean, he made a sack through a tackle. That never happens. But Orlando Brown Jr., who was on that deal, just a 1-year deal with that franchise tag with the Chiefs, if he can stop Khalil Mack tonight, he may set himself up for the largest payday for left tackles in NFL history. Now, watching the film last week against the Cardinals, he was a little bit stiff-legged at times, but he's a massive dude. It's like 6'7", 340 pounds of pure man. This is going to be a matchup that's going to have a lot of fans excited and will dictate the outcome of the game.
If Orlando could have a really nice game, you can be sure his agent's going to put that on a sizzle reel when it comes to negotiation time. We'll look out for that one there later tonight. Yep, call it and pay him his money. That's right. If I were to ask you, if someone called you, speaking of pick up the phone, and asked you a better running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire or the rookie Isaiah Pacheco, I think we're only having this conversation because the Rook led the team in carries, yards, and rushing TDs. So if I had to pin you on one on a team that scored 44 points last week, Ryan, where are you going? What's the pick?
I would say Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but Pacheco is unbelievable to watch. I mean, he hits the hole with lightning speed. He ran a 4.37 at the combine. So one of the things, too, you got to think, how disciplined is Andy Reid if you can run the football when you have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback? Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a great game, 2 touchdowns, I believe, last week, and he was a big cowbell back. He can really take that load. Pacheco's not there yet, but he is so fast, so quick, and I know from playing with Andy Reid loves to bring that speed to scare the heck out of a defense. It's going to be fun watching number 10 tonight for the Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco.
And for CEH, though, you're right. He did have those 2 receiving touchdowns. He had the targets. So if you're talking about touches, as we do in fantasy, of course, CEH still probably there in terms of that pick. All right, so let's take a look at the game. Chargers getting 4 points. It was at 3.5. The Keenan Allen stuff maybe worth the half point. The total at 54. What would be the play for you tonight?
Well, I like the Chiefs at home. I like the Chargers' opportunities, but 4 points, that's a really, really close when you're missing Keenan Allen. So I've got the Chiefs going about 35-21 there, Tommy. I think it's going to be tough, especially if the Chiefs can run the football, stay on track. They're going to try and keep Justin Herbert off the field, which says a lot about Justin Herbert's talent, by the way. I got the Chiefs winning this one by a comfortable margin, my friend.
All right, you like the Chiefs and you lean the over, it looks like, from your final score prediction.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.